Hey everybody, welcome back. The new Tease. It has landed. This has been in pre-production for quite a while, and now they're out and ready to be bought. So, as you can see in the thumbnail, I said this might be the best Tease ever. And what I mean by that, let me just straighten this out a bit, is that quality-wise, because all of the Tease guitars are great, right? The Telly styles, this, whatever, they're all great. But in my opinion, bang for the buck and value, this thing is the best. This can't be beat. I am blown away. And I very rarely say that by the quality of this one. Now, why is it the best value? Now, obviously, I'm saying that with three things in mind: playability, sound, and looks, right? First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? And that's the new logo. There it is. I like it. It's a little bit different. They just made enough different things, or changed enough different things, to make this thing look really sexy. I love it. It's a smaller font. It's accented differently, and I think it looks great on the headstock. And also, the ST-1 SPR is small there at the tip of the headstock. This is a very, very cool looking headstock. I love it. The other thing is, on this guitar, what I've noticed right out of the chute, and I've been playing the hell out of it since I got it, is that the neck is thinner. I'm a sucker for a neck on the thinner side. This thing is not, wizard thin like an Ibanez that will kill your hand after playing it. It is just thin enough to make a difference in the feel and playing this thing fast and the whole bit. It is a smooth neck. It's a fast neck. These frets are insanely good. I've had a couple of the Tease guitars in the past, because they're shipping, face it, they're shipping from overseas or whatever, that had a very, very small amount of some fret sprout going on a couple of the frets. Nothing bad. This thing, none. There's not a sharp fret end up and down this fretboard. It's really fantastic. Phil McKnight, once again, with his stocking exam, would have brand new stockings in tow, because there's nothing that's going to be shredded or cut with this neck. It's fantastic. Stainless steel frets, right? Fantastic. So, the support is the same. It's always going to be great from Torsten and Company. But let's talk about the guitar a little bit. So first off, the retail price for this guitar is $299.95, but it's on the website for $179.95. Now think about it. $179.95. It's an insanely good price for a guitar of this quality, considering that now we're approaching the Groats of the world, the Glaries of the world, the Donners to some extent of the world, and all of those other, Leo James's, Strat style guitars, all of those no-name brands that you can find on Amazon, that this thing clearly just blows out of the water. I was amazed. Now, prior to playing this thing, I had done videos on the Jet guitar, and Jet has gotten a lot of love from our YouTube brethren, right? A lot of YouTubers absolutely love Jet guitars, and for good reason. They are very, very well made, budget Strat style instruments and Telly style instruments. Very well made. This guitar is right there, if not better, than the Jet that I had, that I've been playing and had, no longer have. This quality on this thing is just it's ridiculous, right? And we'll go over that in a little bit more detail, but let's talk about some of the specifics again. Full thickness body on this guitar, 1.75 inch, full thickness. Swimming pool routing going on underneath. So this thing is a mod guitarist's dream, right? Someone that loves tinkering and putting in different configurations can have a field day because you can put humbuckers, singles, whatever you want under the hood and customize it any way you like. Popular body on this thing. Guitar weighs 7.4 pounds, so it's perfect weight in my opinion. Perfect weight for a Strat. Love it. Sculpted heel, neck heel on this thing. Very comfortable neck. Excellent access. Has this additional cutaway here for, you know, crazy access in the shred zone on the guitar. Beautiful, beautiful paint job. This is Boomer Blue. It is, like I said, a Lake Placid blue-esque color with metallic flake in the guitar. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got a maple fretboard, maple neck. It has just enough gloss on this thing to not make it sticky when you play, yet it's not dry or feeling unfinished. It's really a great neck on this guitar. Again, back to necks on the Jet. The Jet had a roasted maple neck, so you may want to give it a point for the roasted maple on it if you're a roasted maple fan. I happen to think this looks great, this natural wood color, maple color. But the neck on the Jet was one of the best I've tried, and I think I mentioned it in my video on budget guitars. This thing might have eclipsed that. I absolutely love this neck, the feel of this thing. It's just great. It's so comfortable in the hand and so fast. It's just a great neck. 250K pots, shielded controls underneath the hood. I mentioned the stainless steel ball end frets. I don't know how well you could see them, but these things are great, right? They're finished frets. They're smooth. They didn't need any polishing. They're pre-polished before the guitar hits you. Bone nut, and the nut was cut beautifully on this guitar. The other thing I want to mention are the tuners. Okay, these don't have locking tuners. These have standard, you know, tuners, whatever Torsten is using on these guitars. But they are incredible in terms of holding tuning stability and integrity. I have not retuned this guitar since I started playing it. It's nuts. It's not going out of tune. These things lock in. They feel solid. It's really, really incredible. I don't know what he's using on this thing, but these tuners are better than some of the high-end guitar tuners that I have. Better than my MIM tuners on my Fender. Blows the MIM tuners away. Made in Mexico tuners away on my Fender. These things. Crazy, right? What else? Ceramic pickups, right? They're ceramic. They're not Alnico. Who gives a shit? Excuse my French. These are better sounding pickups than the Alnico pickups on some of my other guitars. It's crazy. They have great warmth. They give you the highs that you need, the mids and the high end that you need, but they don't sound shrilly at all. They're just really, really good stock ceramic pickups. Insanely good pickups on this guitar. Bone nut I mentioned. 18:1 gear ratio tuners, which I said were great. Barrel string trees on this thing. So they are better string trees than you get on the inexpensive, Strat style guitars that are out there. The Squiers, the Jets don't have these. A whole bunch of other guitars don't. So, and these add to tuning stability and integrity. Tuning stability and integrity as well. The string trees, they play an important role. They're not just on the headstock to look goofy. They actually do something, right? I mentioned already the headstock logo. I love the new logo. I love the shape of the headstock on this thing. It comes and ships with 10s. You can ask Torsten ahead of time if you want 9s put on the guitar, and he'll accommodate you. The 10s feel great on this thing. No issue with the strings. This guitar comes in 7 colors, okay? This is Boomer Blue. It also comes in black, which they call Black Widow. It comes in gray, which they call Battle Gray. It comes in something called Royal, which is a purple burstish type of color. Purple, bleeding into like a lighter shade of purple and then a whitish. It's like a purple burst. Seafoam green. Soulberry, which is more of a deep purplish color on the guitar. And surf blue, which all colors are great looking. This Boomer Blue is one of my personal faves. As you know, my Telly was Boomer Blue as well. So, yeah, great guitar. 6-point trem. I'm not a trem user, as everybody knows, but if you are, it comes with the trem and the also with the Allen wrenches for both the smaller one for intonation and the neck adjustment as well. Put this down for 1 second. The gig bag is what you're used to, right? The Tease gig bag with the embroidered logo on it. This ships with the guitar. Let's see here. I don't want to leave anything out. I think I've covered just about everything. We talked about the sculpted neck. We talked about the contours. Let's see here. Everything is set up perfect. That's the other thing. These guys, Torsten and company, must have given this guitar a run-through before it even shipped, because everything was perfect out of the box. The string height, no string buzzing. I've never got a budget Strat that had no issues, 0 issues. It always had a little bit something going on, maybe a little bit of buzzing, maybe some adjustment that I needed to make, the action being a little bit too high or a little bit too low. The tuners in some cases might have needed a little bit of tightening. The nut, maybe some attention to the nut. You know, minor things that are needed on lower end guitars, budget guitars. This is budget priced, but it certainly isn't budget with respect to the quality of the instrument. This thing really feels like the other guy, the F word. And in some cases, I have to admit, better. It's crazy at this price point. Especially with this tariff situation that's been going on and price increases. To be able to sell something like this for under $200 is insane, in my opinion. The guitar is just that good. What else? Let's see. Yeah, I think I covered everything, guys. This is, again, available now. I will put the link in the description. Tease ST-1 SPR, available now. Guys, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. So let's move on. I'll play it a little bit more clean, and then I will play it with some dirt on it as well. Okay? And I'll go through all of the pickup configurations so you can hear. And that is the neck pickup. Now the neck and the middle. And just the middle now. Middle in the bridge. And just the bridge pickup. We'll go through some individual notes. Okay, and now I will put distortion on. So 2 and 4, right? I'm calling this 1, I'm calling this 2, I'm calling this 3, I'm calling this 4, and I'm calling this 5. You can call them any way you want, but 2 and 4 are noiseless on this guitar from the pickup standpoint. We will play some individual notes for you now with some dirt. Okay, so that was a quick run through of the Tease. Now, to finish this, I'm just going to give you some perspective here on price points and competition of this guitar, just to round everything off. So, where does this thing fit with the usual suspects? Now, what I'm going to call the usual suspects, and people can disagree, agree, whatever the case is, but these are the guys that usually offer the best bang for the buck in this realm, where this price point is on this guitar. And that's the Squier series, right? That's the Sonic. Because the Affinity, which this guitar really plays more, is more comparable to an Affinity and a Made in Mexico or a Classic Vibe than it is anything else. But from a price point standpoint, the Squier Sonic, which is their entry-level Strat-style guitar, is $230, $230.99. Okay? And then you have the Sterling Cutlass, Sterling by Music Man Cutlass, which is an S-style guitar, a Strat-style guitar, which goes for $199.99. And then we have the Jet, which I just mentioned before, and that's the JS300, because that's the 3 single coil configuration of the Jet. And that guitar is roughly $225. It's all over the map in terms of pricing, but normally the better price that you can get for that guitar is $225. I mentioned earlier this is $179.99. Now, let's compare those guitars real quick. Okay? This has a poplar body. The Squier has a poplar body. The Sterling has a poplar body. The Jet has a basswood body. That's the only difference. Squier made in Indonesia. The Sterling made in Indonesia. The Jet made in China. This guitar is made in China. Maple fretboard on all the guitars, except the Jet, as I mentioned earlier, has the roasted maple fretboard on it. That's the only difference. Sculpted neck heel on this guitar, right? It's also sculpted on the Sterling. The Squier and the Jet do not have sculpted neck heels on the guitar. Number of frets, right? 22 medium jumbo on this guitar, 22 medium jumbo on the Jet, 22 medium narrow on the Sterling, and 21 narrow tall frets on the Squier Sonic. 9.5-inch neck radius on the Squier. 9.5-inch neck radius on the Sterling. 9.5-inch neck radius on the Jet. 12-inch neck radius on this thing. It's got a flatter fretboard, which is a shredder's dream, right? Or someone that just likes, you know, even for a beginner, somebody just learning the guitar, feels a hell of a lot more comfortable with this radius fretboard. I love a 12-inch fretboard. That's just my personal opinion. If you're a vintage guy, you're used to just, you know, not breaking the mold of vintage Strats, maybe you want the 9.5-inch radius. For me, I love the 12-inch. Seal tuners on the Squire Sonic. Seal tuners on the Sterling. Seal tuners on the Jet. Seal tuners on this guy, except they're 18-to-1 gear ratio, and these tuners blow away the tuners on the Sterling, the Squire, or the Jet. The Jet tuners, in my opinion, are an Achilles heel on the guitar. They're one of the weaker points. These tuners are ridiculously good. Ceramic pickups on the Squire, ceramic pickups on the Sterling, ceramic pickups on the Jet, ceramic pickups on this guy. These pickups are extremely well balanced. Great tonal frequencies on these things. I'm really happy with the stock pickups on this Jet. On this Tease. Now, the reason I had that slip, Jet, the Jet ceramic stock pickups were my favorite until I listened to the ones on this guitar. They're both very, very good stock ceramic pickups. They're a little bit different. The Jet might be a tad bit warmer than these. Maybe. I'm not sure. But they're both extremely good stock ceramic pickups. Probably two of the best out there. 6-point tremolo on the Squire Sonic. 2-point trem on the Sterling CT20. 6-point trem on the Jet, and a 6-point trem on this guitar. The string trees are conventional on all the other guitars. On this guitar, you have the barrel string trees that the other guitars do not have, which also, again, lends itself and adds to the string tuning stability. Plastic nut on all three of the other guitars. The Jet used to have a bone nut, but as of 25, they changed to plastic. This is a bone nut on this guitar. What else? So, because of the bone nut, because of the 12-inch radius, because of the superior tuners on this guitar, it comes with a gig bag. None of the other guitars come with a gig bag. This is a far better value, which is what I opened up the video with in the first place. That's why I think this is actually the best Tease guitar yet that's been released, bang for the buck. For $179, you absolutely cannot go wrong with this guitar. It's that good. It's crazy good. What else? Oh, and also the swimming pool route on this guitar. That gives you all of the flexibility of modding. So yeah, guys, I may sound ridiculously positive on this thing, but I think I have a reason for sounding that way, and I don't get this excited very often. Especially with my experience lately with buying, lemons off of Amazon. This thing is just a really, really fun guitar to play. Comfortable, sounds great, great looking. You have Torsten for support over at Tease. Great price, comes with a gig bag. I just don't know how to beat the value on this one. So guys, let me know your thoughts. If you agree, disagree. I will put, again, a link to buying this in the description. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to address those questions. Guys, if you like these videos, please subscribe and share the video. I really could use the help. And until the next one, be well. See you soon. Take care.